the end, we all seek a path to happiness, but few recognize the harsh truths that shape our destiny. Imagine discovering that some of the people you admire are not exactly who they seem to be. What do you do when reality knocks on your door in an unrelenting way? What if these truths could transform you, not only in how you see others, but also in how you see yourself? Life is a journey full of illusions and disillusionments, and each of us carries invisible baggage. Have you ever stopped to think about the relationships we choose to cultivate? Are we surrounded by true allies or merely by shadows that encircle us? Perception is key, but often that key is buried beneath layers of beliefs and expectations. Prepare yourself to confront these realities that may be uncomfortable but have the power to open your eyes. Each of them can be a turning point, an opportunity for personal growth. And in the end, you might ask yourself, how far am I willing to go to understand the truth about myself and others? Being authentic is a quality that holds immense value in human relationship. When someone presents themselves genuinely, without hiding who they really are, it creates the possibility for deeper and more meaningful connection. Being in the presence of an authentic person is often comforting, as this transparency fosters an environment of trust and openness. On the other hand, when authenticity is absent, interactions tend to be superficial, leaving an emptiness that, over time, can turn into disillusionment. Authenticity is also liberating. Accepting oneself, without the need to conform to others' expectations or follow standards, makes life lighter. This freedom allows a person to express themselves sincerely, which can inspire others to do the same. Thus, authenticity not only enhances one's own life, but also exerts a positive influence on those around. In social and professional contexts, authenticity stands out as a differentiator. In a world where many try to project perfect versions of themselves, the honesty and transparency of an authentic person make them unique. This uniqueness can open doors and create opportunities, as authenticity is a valued trait in any environment. For example, in a workplace, a leader who presents themselves genuinely tends to form a more committed and motivated team. It's crucial to understand that being authentic doesn't mean being perfect. We all have our flaws and vulnerabilities. The true power of authenticity lies in accepting these imperfections and having the courage to share this truth with others. This personal acceptance not only promotes individual growth, but also creates a space where people feel safe to be who they truly are. In summary, authenticity is the key to building meaningful and lasting relationships. Authentic people attract deeper connections, yet while a lack of authenticity can result in disillusionments and empty relationships. Cultivating this quality is essential for living a fuller and more satisfying life. Change is always present in life, even if many prefer to ignore or fight against this reality. Resistance to the new, whether out of fear of the unknown or attachment to what is familiar, can become a burden. This is perhaps one of the greatest blockages we impose on ourselves. Recognizing that change is inherent to human existence is something that can ultimately liberate. More than that, this acceptance can open doors to new experiences and paths of growth. When you finally allow yourself to embrace change, the possibilities multiply. It doesn't matter if it's the pursuit of a new career, the beginning of an unexpected friendship, or simply a change in mindset. Each new situation brings the opportunity to rediscover oneself, to better understand who you are and what place you occupy in the world. The willingness to face the new, therefore, is not only desirable but crucial for any form of personal growth. Change also has the power to force us to rethink our goals and values. At certain moments, it is only by undergoing a significant transformation that we can realize what truly matters. This process of reevaluation can be the trigger for a realignment, where a deeper connection with true desires and ambitions is found. There is no need to view change as something threatening. Rather, it can be seen as an opportunity for a fresh start. There is also a constant learning that comes with change. Each challenge, each obstacle overcome, leaves lessons that accumulate and enrich us. Developing a mindset geared towards this continuous learning makes us not only more prepared for transitions, but also more resilient. When you accept that change is inevitable, you acquire greater adaptability, and adversities become less daunting. Understanding that change is part of life is what allows us to live it fully. Instead of fixating on what has already passed or worrying excessively about what is to come, we can focus on the present moment and the opportunities it offers. This acceptance brings a kind of inner peace, a lightness that makes the journey more enjoyable. The environment you find yourself in exerts a powerful influence over your beliefs and behaviors. Family, friends, social circumstances, all of this contributes to shaping who you are and how you act. When you surround yourself with supportive and inspiring people, it's as if you gain a boost to develop a more positive mindset to pursue your goals with greater fervor. But don't be fooled. A negative environment can be devastating. Relationships that drain your energy, a social context that discourages you, these build invisible walls around you, hindering your personal growth. The pressure to fit into expectations that do not reflect who you truly are can erode your self-esteem and plant deep insecurity. For this reason, it is crucial to pay attention to the environment around you and understand how it shapes you, influences you, often without you even realizing. And don't think this is just about what you believe. The environment also defines how you act. If you are among people who cultivate healthy habits and are dedicated to constant improvement, you are likely to feel compelled to follow the same path. This social force is intense. It is a power that can very well determine the direction your life takes. The key, then, is to seek environments that nourish your growth and favor your well-being. Changes in the environment can even be the turning point you didn't expect. Moving to a new city, changing jobs, distancing oneself from old friends. Each of these changes carries with it the possibility of opening your eyes to new perspectives and new inspirations. This variety of experiences is what helps you grow, leading you to discoveries that otherwise you would never make. Being willing to absorb these new influences can be the difference between stagnation and evolution. Ultimately, creating a positive environment, one that nurtures and enriches, is a responsibility we all share. It's not something that happens by chance. It is the result of the choices we make, the people we choose to keep close. When you surround yourself with those who constructively challenge you, who uplift you instead of pulling you down, you are, in fact, investing in a future where growth and authenticity are more than possible. Taking responsibility for your actions is an indispensable milestone on the path of personal growth. Often, however, people choose to blame external factors, whether it's someone close to them or the circumstances life presents. Although this mindset may seem like the easiest way out, it creates an invisible barrier to learning and development. By denying your own responsibility, you deprive yourself of the opportunity to reflect on your choices and understand the impact they have on your life. When you finally recognize that you are responsible for your actions, the world around you begins to reveal itself in a completely new way. The victim role in situations gives way to a new awareness that you hold the power to transform your reality. This shift in perspective is vital for self-awareness and a sense of personal efficacy. By embracing this responsibility, you begin to make decisions with more clarity and conviction, knowing that it is these decisions that shape your path. This act of taking the reins of your own life also brings with it a profound sense of empowerment. Knowing that every choice you make is yours and that you are the only one responsible for it drives you to act with greater determination. And when you achieve a victory, the satisfaction is greater because you are fully aware that the merit is yours. This sense of self-confidence not only strengthens you, but can also inspire those around you, creating an environment of motivation and courage. Another essential facet of personal responsibility is the ability to learn from one's mistakes. Everyone makes missteps, but how you deal with them defines your growth. Those who take ownership of their mistakes not only acknowledge them, but seek to understand what they can do differently next time. This proactive approach of those who do not settle is what sustains growth, both personally and professionally. Therefore, accepting responsibility for your actions and choices as a step cannot be overlooked in your development. This attitude opens the doors to learning, strengthens your sense of personal power, and leads to more conscious decisions. Reflecting on the impact of your choices is not just an exercise, but but an indispensable practice for your continuous advancement. The way a person perceives the world around them and the possibilities within it can be a crucial element for the success they achieve in life. Those who adopt a growth mindset have the conviction that over time, it is possible to learn and develop. This optimistic perspective is what drives them to face challenges head-on, transforming difficulties into genuine learning opportunities. Instead of giving up in the face of obstacles, these individuals constantly seek ways to overcome them and improve with each step. On the other hand, a rigid mindset can be a true barrier to progress. Those who think this way tend to believe that their abilities and talents are fixed, incapable of change. This type of thinking leads to stagnation, as these individuals avoid challenges and feel threatened by others' success. This constant comparison, permeated by insecurities, often prevents them from fully exploring their own capabilities. However, it is important to remember that mindset is not static. It can be worked on and shaped over time. When the focus is directed towards learning and continuous progress, rather than fixating solely on immediate results, the way we face life changes radically. By allowing ourselves to experiment and eventually fail, we pave the way for innovation and creativity. This freedom to take risks is essential for personal and professional growth. The mindset we adopt also directly reflects in our relationships with others. People with a growth mindset tend to be more receptive and open to feedback. They value others' perspectives and see criticism as an opportunity for development. This type of attitude not only facilitates communication, but also strengthens the bonds in relationships, both personally and professionally. In the end, the impact of a positive and growth-oriented mindset cannot be ignored. Adopting this view can open doors and create opportunities that would otherwise go unnoticed. By nurturing this mindset, it is possible to work towards your best self, overcoming barriers, and achieving goals that once seemed unreachable. Empathy is a pulsating force in human relationships. When you genuinely strive to understand what the other person is experiencing, communication deepens, gaining new layers of meaning. People feel seen, truly heard, and this strengthens the bonds that unite them. In a world where the frenetic pace of daily life often makes us forget to see others, practicing empathy becomes a genuine act of respect and care. Putting yourself in someone else's shoes is a skill that reveals the value of listening to their stories, their experiences. This not only enhances our communication, but also builds more intense relationships. By absorbing someone's emotions, you are able to offer support that goes beyond words, creating a safe space where everyone feels comfortable being who they truly are. It is this emotional connection that elevates mere acquaintances to the level of true friendships. Empathy also has the power to transform conflicts into opportunities for evolution. When two people disagree, if both are willing to listen and try to see through each other's eyes, it is possible to find paths that satisfy everyone. This ability to resolve differences with empathy is a powerful differentiator in any type of relationship, whether in the workplace, in family dynamics, or among friends. Developing empathy also leads us to a deeper understanding of ourselves. As we become more attuned to the feelings of others, we begin to reflect on our own reactions and emotions. This introspection is crucial for our growth and for building healthier relationships. In this way, empathy not only enriches our interactions but also propels us to evolve as individuals. Practicing empathy is a daily exercise. Simple acts, like listening with your heart and asking questions that show a genuine interest in people's stories, have a profound impact. Over time, this becomes second nature, creating a support network where everyone feels understood and valued. Setting clear boundaries is essential for any type of relationship. Often, we feel overwhelmed because we don't know how to say no or are unsure about what is acceptable for us. By establishing these boundaries, we are not only protecting ourselves, but also showing others how we want to be treated. This is not a sign of selfishness. It is a way to take care of ourselves and ensure that our relationships are balanced and respectful. When boundaries are not respected, situations can become toxic. Imagine someone who constantly invades your personal space or disregards your opinions. Over time, this can create resentment and conflict, straining the relationship to the point of disconnection. Having a clear understanding of one's own boundaries is vital for maintaining the health and integrity of relationships. Furthermore, establishing healthy boundaries contributes to an environment of mutual respect. When each person understands what is acceptable and what is not, coexistence becomes more harmonious. This creates a space where everyone feels safe to express their feelings and opinions without fear of disrespect. In this way, communication becomes more open and constructive. It is important to note that setting boundaries does not mean being inflexible. In fact, boundaries can and should be renegotiated as the relationship evolves. The key is to maintain honest communication about what works for each person and to be open to each other's needs and expectations. This can further strengthen the relationship. Taking care of one's own boundaries is also an act of empathy. Respecting others' boundaries shows that we value their needs and feelings. This creates a positive cycle where mutual respect is promoted and relationships become healthier and more balanced. Healthy boundaries are therefore a foundation for lasting and meaningful relationships. Have you ever stopped to reflect on how these truths can impact your life? Each of them is an invitation to introspection. Remember, the deepest changes often come from within. It's time to look at yourself and realize how your choices shape your path. When facing challenges, how do you react? Accepting reality is the first step toward growth. Instead of letting difficulties overwhelm you, why not use each one as a push for your personal development? Consider the people you value. Do they reflect who you are? Your circle can be both an ally and an obstacle. Perhaps it's time to surround yourself with people who inspire you to be the best version of yourself. Life is made up of cycles. Some relationships come and go, and that is natural. What truly matters is the learning that each experience brings. Have you thought about what these experiences are teaching you? Finally, true freedom arises when you take control of your life. So, what will you do with it? Change begins now. Who do you choose to be?